we last left off multiple sessions ago, Neri was slain by in a combat encounter with a group of Vampiric Mind Flayers. You've since left the Sanctiforge after arresting your quarry and completing your task, then reporting to the Black Ledger. You have since been set upon a new task that takes you to the Ember Maw, the island to the south of Conscriptus that has the city of Syndralis on it. You're traveling north of the city into the wilderness known as the Ember Maw. That is this ashen desert with a central active volcano, seeking out a group of fellow Black Ledgermen that have supposedly gone missing, but were last sighted far from their intended mission in this desert wasteland. You were given a guide by the name of Enoch, who is himself considered a dissident because he is of this Ashborn people. He has been convinced or coerced one way or another by the FETC or the Ledgermen to assist you in retrieving your allies. Enoch has led you deep into this ashen desert, assisting you in getting the proper desert attire, as we see illustrated here. And for the most part, you've all done quite well traveling through the Ember Maw. You encountered a strange monolith that Sal wanted to interact with, and on doing so, with Enoch kind of stepping in between him to, tank whatever consequences may await. Enoch exploded in fire, and unlike his last character, is still alive.
Feels good.
And was granted a small boon and a small curse. So where we will begin now, your group is still in these kind of desert plains, heading towards the foot of a mountain range that lies ahead, to try to seek some shelter, because you are currently in a very exposed location. So, with that, I would like 2 people to give me a final survival check for this day to determine how this last leg of your journey goes.
Let me get one of those.
Okay, Charles got one.
17.
Okay. Let me get another from someone else.
Anyone else itching to roll?
I will go, but I can't find my character sheet, my characters. Let me roll. I feel like I'm pretty decent at surviving. Nope, +1. Okay, that's an 11.
Okay. So, with that, you are both, or you are all traveling alongside these desert plains. There are these molten rivers of magma that are overlaid with volcanic ash, such that there are places where you could totally see yourself just walking into a lake of lava that's just loosely hidden by this volcanic ash and dust. But with Enoch as a guide, you are making the journey all right. You're getting to a point where if you want to continue to push on, we're going to start dealing with some exhaustion. You now have the mountain range that contains the central volcano within your sight, which would be theoretically a more defensible location than just out in the desert plains. So would your group like to push on, or would you like to make camp for the night?
What does Enoch think we should do? Our local guide.
He is very slightly limping, though trying not to show it. And if there's like a suitable ridge, high wall, or something, he'll stop. So we can continue as far as you are all comfortable, or this is as good a place as any to stop, I suppose. We'll be more exposed in the daytime, but what are you gonna do?
This place seems suitable, plus you seem to be limping slightly. Maybe a rest would be good for that.
Sounds good to me.
Old man, Sal, I was promised some restorative juice.
I'll just goes, yes, let me take a look. And he just comes by with his jazz hands and starts kind of like poking and prodding, taking a look at some of the burns. And he goes, back where I'm from, I run a business called Sal's Salves. So if you ever find yourself back in the city and in need of some healing potions, filter of love, perhaps, or my famous cologne, you must let me know.
He pulls out a vial. This is famous? He already has a vial of cologne.
Certain alleyways of Faerham, it's very well known.
Okay.
I look at Luminara like, I ain't never heard of it.
Definitely not. So I
give me a
presume we're
second.
sitting down to set up camp.
Kind of what it sounds like.
It sounds like that, yeah.
Okay.
Do we have like tents, or is it just like bedroll status?
We'll say that you guys have tents.
Cool.
I'm going to set up a 20-foot cube of an alarm spell.
Oh, cool. Are there all these dead trees around? Like in this picture?
There are a few dead trees around, yes. In fact, as you set up, there is specifically this gentle glow at the mountainside that you are abutted up against, as it appears that there is this like gentle stream of molten rock that is just like seeping like tree sap out of a few cracks of this mountain and just feeding like a deep subterranean river of magma that as the sun has gone down and the temperature has precipitously dropped, you're noticing that it's actually providing kind of a nice heat to the area. You notice one of the trees itself, you get the sense that this this crack has recently just opened because one of the trees is sitting in the middle of this pool of lava, just completely burning.
Cool, so we don't have to make a fire.
Well, it'd be very easy to make a fire because there's plenty of wood around and you've got access to rivers of lava as well.
Cool, I'd like to do that. For the
Okay.
group.
Yeah. Good job, you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Make a campfire.
I assume my military training would have prepared me for making a fire out of dry wood.
Yeah. So, yeah, easily done.
Someone's food is there. What do we got to eat, guys?
Enoch has blocks of rations he can begin pulling out. Not anything. It's not very nutritious, and it doesn't taste good certainly, but it'll stave off the hunger. Just blocks of like pemmican.
If you'd like, I
Cool.
could flavor it with magic.
Magic flavor. What kind of flavors you got?
Whatever flavor you would like.
How about steak?
Certainly. And she snaps her fingers and prestidigitation. Some steak. Flavor. It is still pemmican.
Fine.
Magic MSG.
Charles Brand eats his as fast as he can. Doesn't
Yeah.
know how long the magic lasts, so he wants to make sure he tastes it all.
Yeah, it's like you got that Montreal steak seasoning for your food.
Awesome.
Is there no vegetation near us?
There is dead vegetation. There are like long dead trees that have been completely dried out and near petrified.
Can I use Druidcraft to like revigorate a tree? I'm just curious. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do that. Just curious.
It's an interesting thought. Go ahead and give me a. Are you proficient in nature?
I better be. I am.
Yeah, give me a nature check. For this one, I'll make the DC 13.
I got a 16.
Okay.
Boom. Nature.
Craft.
So, you watch as Mazarin is kind of muttering to herself by a kind of smaller dead tree. And as she is, you start to hear that, like the, like whether it's a prayer or incantation that she's making is starting to like loop over itself. So now it sounds like there's like this like coven of voices, kind of like echoing over each other, and it's just accelerating. And then you hear this loud crack, and the tree cracks in half, and you watch as almost like a snake molting, a live tree quite literally bursts out of this dead one, shedding like this like dead and like ash stained bark that just falls off of it like these old burning coals, as there is a now single live tree in the area that is just like sprouting a few tiny green leaves here or there, but clearly like healthy looking bark, at least for now. Standing maybe about a foot taller than Charles.
Is it bearing fruit? Can I speed up the process until it bears fruit?
I don't know, no one's ever played a druid before. Now I want to look.
It says that I can bloom blossoms. And you would,
Oh.
you know, extrapolate from that I could take it one step further in the
You know what?
botanical
Just
life
because you've been
cycle.
on for so many sessions, sure. I'm gonna say that yeah, you can sort of you get some kind of desert fruit out of this thing, yeah.
gonna pick. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pieces of fruit and just sort of one by one toss them to each person. And then when I get to Charles, I'm just gonna wind up and fast pitch it right at his face.
Okay.
I'm pretty fucking
Charles, give me a
dexterous. What was that?
Let's hope
dexterity
so.
saving throw.
Oh, you don't want to play this game, dude.
I love this.
19.
Charles, you kind of duck out of the way and catch a semi-hard fruit that otherwise would have hit your face as Mazarin clearly like fastballed this thing towards you. You don't know if she knew you were going to catch it or not. In
You
kind
knew.
of this fast, in this think fast moment, it wakes you up.
Yeah, I would like to say above the table, in the past few episodes that you haven't been here, Luminar and I have been kind of buddy, and I just feel like you haven't given me a chance to, prove myself as not an asshole anymore.
Well,
You said you
I'll
feel
say
like I haven't given you the chance?
Yeah,
It's been 3 days since he got us in jail.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I think I set her on this path as I was playing her character and made some split-second, narrative decisions when I didn't know what to play.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's been 4 days since we were in jail, so.
yeah, 4 whole days. Still holding a grudge.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, since we're now all above the table, Mazarin may have pointed out that in the fight that Harry died in, Charles was the only one that didn't take any shots.
She did say that.
Oh, I shot a lot of shots.
Not anyone's accounted for anything, apparently.
Oh, you mean I didn't get hit?
He
Yeah,
had- he did not get cut.
Yeah, I'm a distance guy. I got guns.
At any rate, Charles, you're now holding a piece of presumably delicious fruit as you guys set up for camp.
I'm going to look to see, is this a peeling type of fruit or is this a bite straight into it kind of fruit?
You're going to need some kind of combat knife because this is like a jackfruit. It's got like this, like hard. In fact, the only reason you think it's fruit is because Mazarin said so. Because you saw this, you're like, this is a rock.
Rock.
Charles like to cut into it, like in half, and set up a little thing over the fire to roast it a little bit.
Give me some roasted jackfruit.
Yeah.
Charles may have been a vegetarian before his remediation.
Well,
Go ahead and give me a strength check, Chuck.
strength check. Interessante. That's a 10.
Okay. You take your blade and you're like, you can try some other things, but just like cutting it as is, like as you would a normal fruit, it's kind of like it's just not working. It's like trying to cut through a turtle shell.
Fuck.
Enoch's off to the side, just smashing this fruit into a rock on the ground.
Enoch, you'll pack it open. We'll say you're familiar with this thing, and with blunt force, you're able to do so.
It's easier if you just sacrifice a portion of it. Most of it's good.
I toss him my fruit to crack it in half.
He'll make a trade-off. He'll hand you his that he just opened, and then...
Okay.
Yeah, give me a strength check here.
Good lord, these dice. I decided to change dice with the character, and I'm using my metal dice now.
Nice.
Strength check. Unnatural 20.
Okay. So, it's less about brute force, because like if you try hard enough, you're gonna be able to get this open. It's more about control. So as Enoch just like with a swift motion, two hands would have like cracked it against the like this volcanic rock. You watch as he carefully like walks it over to you, Charles, and like flips, like kind of shifts his hands over to one side, and like almost like he's handing you an egg, gives it to you, and you get the sense you should be careful with this thing as you handle it.
I'll be very careful.
Okay. As you do, you notice that the way that he cracked it, there's this perfect like fracture down the midline, and it's like split perfectly in two, and it is full to the brim of like this kind of like thick, like pink nectar that's just within this like black piece of coal.
I'll drink that first.
Okay. It is very hydrating. It's almost a little bit chalky. Like it kind of has like this like astringent feel to your mouth, but it tastes like very exotic. And for you, Charles, wildly familiar. Like you've had this before. You cannot remember where exactly, but you're like, oh man, I miss this. And immediately, like you know what to do. You can like drink the liquid, and then it's got this like kind of like white fleshy fruit as well that you can basically just kind of pick off with your knife and eat like a coconut that tastes a lot like the nectar itself.
Cool. I'll do that then.
Okay.
Welcome, Edward.
Yep.
Whatever,
Seeing
weirdo.
Charles and
Hey, what's up,
Enoch's
everybody?
fruit escapades, Luminor will sit hers down and chew on her pemmican.
Okay.
So this block 233, are you all friends? Do you know them all?
What you mean the people we're looking for?
Yes.
We just started like 4 days ago. We don't know anyone.
And
Okay.
of the people that we do know, most of them seem to
Hey, us.
not be quite fond of us.
So you're all new to this Ledgerman. What did you do before? Were you just citizens?
I mean, I was literally in the middle of battle in the army. And I got zapped out.
Sal was on track to be world's best alchemist.
As you said, yes. I'll make
I
sure to
was
visit your store.
training. It's the world's best store. I was training for a conscriptus thing that was supposed to help me in my future career.
And my background is privileged information.
Okay. Mysterious. I like it.
Confidential, technically, but yeah.
So this is all
And you,
new
what
to you.
were you doing before coming to be our guide?
Well, I suppose I was just a citizen of the Ashbourne, of the Agati, further up north. Not a very esteemed citizen, but I had my issues, and somehow ended up in the Far Empire, and they found use of me. I guess I needed to be here to help you out with any other Ashborn that you run across. It's been a pretty unremarkable life.
I mean, if you're not esteemed, then how are you gonna help us?
Do any of you know how to speak Ashborn? Do any of you know the
I don't
culture?
know. Give us a try. Say something.
He says in Ashborn, you have a hot temper, and I'm sure you're useful. But there's something about you that makes me think you're going to get us in trouble. Staring at Chuck.
Yeah, so Chuck, I mean, you don't know what language this is, but you understand it and you know how to speak it.
I'd say back in Ashbourne. I think you might be judging me a bit too hastily.
I look at Mazarin, so confused.
That was unexpected. Do it again.
Do we get from the body language that Enoch was using that it was potentially inflammatory?
Whoa.
I mean,
you get a cock of his head. Hard to read his body language.
I'm imagining Enoch is going to look somewhat surprised.
He does look surprised when Charles responds. A military man.
Yeah.
And the Ember Moth. Why can you understand me?
I don't know. Just nobody else could.
Are you guys still
No,
speaking in Ashbourne?
I don't know.
No.
Well, safe to say that Charles is not going to be our diplomat, so we truly appreciate you being here, Enoch.
Yeah.
Charles, why can you speak Ashbourne? Weren't you stationed in the Delmiri Desert?
Yeah. I was. I never learned Dalmary though. If that's even a language, I don't know.
Yes, it is a language.
I don't know how I know what you said, but I know I know.
There are not very many people from the Far Empire who understand the language, let alone the culture. So...
Well, I don't know if I know the culture.
But you know the language. So you are probably more useful than the rest of them.
Right here.
You might all still be useful, but at least he can negotiate with me.
I'm not
I
sure
might
if
advise
that's
against
what
that.
you want, actually.
Seeing that they're, it seems to be a violent. I might be wrong on this, but it might be a violent society. Maybe it will be good. I mean, that if you
That's a
look into
pretty.
one's eyes, you get punched in face, which I forget, but I will not now.
I mean, maybe we just don't look people in the eyes.
Yes, I know that very well now.
Yes, unless you want to answer the challenge declared a fight.
Yes.
Avoid another Ashbourne's gaze.
Eye contact.
Unless they don't have a mask, then you'll probably be safe.
Okay.
So
with
no
mask,
mask.
Don't look in
Look in the
face.
eyes. But
Yes.
with a mask, don't look in the eyes.
Yes, generally.
Got
So,
it.
No.
why do some Ashbourne wear masks and others don't, or do not?
Well, I am a part of the I was a part of the Agati tribe. They live more north of the mountain, and they have their own way of life, their own interpretation of how things should be. And generally the people more south of the mountain have a different way of life, a more peaceful one. We are not just one people anymore. But anyone with a mask comes from where I come from. Yeah.
Well, you know what they say. Early to bed, early to rise. Something, whatever, I'm going to bed.
We want to take watch. I can
That's a good
start.
idea.
Yeah, be smart.
Okay, so who's planning on taking watch?
Luminorial's going to take the first.
Take the
Okay.
deepest hours of the night shift, as I do not require sleep.
Okay.
Cool.
So Mazarin, I think you need a trance, like a 4-hour trance.
Yeah.
So you'll get like the mid shift, presumably, because that's like the toughest one. Okay, so who's on first watch?
Luminora.
All right, give me a perception check.
15.
15. Okay. Your watch goes by uneventfully. Mazarin, you come out of your trance and pass by Luminora as she's vigilantly kind of looking out towards the desert plains.
As we pass, I'll let her know. If anything approaches within 60 feet, you'll hear a little alarm bell.
Okay, I'll listen for that.
Well, not that it matters, but Luminora, where's your alarm set up?
It's my tent will be the center area, so that'll be the 20 foot.
Do you have to
Just
do a
says-
perimeter, or does it just?
It just says area within range. That is no larger than a 20-foot cube. So.
And it just happens.
Mm-hmm. Then it says produces a sound of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet of the warded area.
Okay, have you designated anything that won't set off the alarm?
Just us.
Just you guys.
Five.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay. Mazarin, go ahead and give me a perception check.
20, unnatural.
Okay. So maybe about an hour into your shift, the alarm goes off. There's this like just gentle bell ringing sound that just pierces through the desert night. And after 10 seconds, it stops. And you do not see or hear anything.
Does it wake everybody up?
It's a pretty gentle sound. I mean, it was centered on Luminora's tent, so Luminora, you are going to be awake, presumably.
Yep.
Okay. I would like to investigate the perimeter.
Okay. So you have your back to like a mountain ridge. You were kind of looking out towards the plain. You really didn't see anything come by. There's just the like burbling sound of the like gentle like molten stream to the like northeast that maybe it's about like comes within like 10 feet of your camp. But other than that, there's nothing obvious. So where are you going to investigate?
You said my back was to like a wall or something?
I would presume your back would be towards the camp itself, and you were facing kind of the desert plains, where you have like the mountain range behind you.
Okay. Can I just like walk in a circle around the perimeter of where we set up camp?
Sure. So again, your camp is set up against like the side of like this cliffside. But yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
14.
14. As you approach the northeastern part of your camp, kind of towards the still burning tree and this like pond of magma. You don't want to get too close because it is like blistering hot the closer you get. You do notice that you see a few, they almost look like stepstones that of like volcanic rock that are kind of organized in a way like leading in and out of the pond that almost looks like a pattern to it. Like there's these small stepstones. As you look closer, they look like kind of pronged, like it almost looks like claws. And you come to the realization this is like cooled down volcanic rock in the shape of clawed appendages that are moving in and out of this pond. And then your eyes kind of dart over towards the pond itself. And you think that might be where there may have been this breach.
Okay. I would. Can I see Luminora from where I'm standing?
You can.
Okay. Well, that doesn't matter because I'm going to say something inside of her head, which
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I think it's in the pond. Wake the others.
Luminora is exiting her tent, like fully, like completely dressed, ready, hand on her sword, and she receives that message from Mazarin, and she will immediately start clapping, and she's like, "Everybody up!" and she starts clapping.
Okay. So, Luminar, as you say that, Mazarin, you notice this, like, just molten metal begin to, like, reach out of the pond, and you see what looks like this, like, clawed appendage, but it looks like a construct or something. Because again, this is just clearly like what looks like a piece of iron, and what you see, like emerging from the pond, is what looks like this, almost like a lizard-like creature. Let me see. That looks a little like this.
Oh, cool.
A pair of two of them that just begin like reaching out. And again, looking into their eyes, there's like this molten furnace within their eyes. And as they step on what looks like completely identical, like claw prints made of volcanic rock, you hear the rock kind of just like grumble and then like shatter under their weight with a metallic clank. This thing looks at you, and I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh shit.
They do not get a surprise round because of Mazarin's excellent investigation.
Thank you, Mazarin.
Yeah.
But because Luminora warned you, you all have time to. You did not gain the benefits of a long rest. Oh, and I never resolved. Eddie, how do you heal? Because I don't know. So how? Enoch was asking you for some healing before this all began. So how would you go about doing that?
I would have had, because we haven't used any potions in a while, so I would have had 2 of them, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many do you want to give to Enoch?
He was pretty fucking hurt. I would have probably given him both of them.
Sure. How much? What kind of? There's regular healing potions.
I think they're just basic healing
Yeah.
potions.
So they're 4d4 plus 4. Enoch, you can use one or both, or see how the first one goes. Okay. Let's get some initiative rolls going.
I rolled a natty.
Dude, hell yeah.
Good start.
I got a 21.
24.
Damn.
Uh, 15 and below.
Saul got the 11.
Enoch? I didn't hear you, but it looked like you mouthed 12. No, we can't hear you. Putting you down for 12. So, you know the rules. So, Maz, you can go whenever you want. Otherwise, Charles and Luminora are going to start with initiative, unless you want to act first.
Let me think. I feel like I should go first since I'm closest in proximity.
Okay.
Idea.
I'm going to. Can I use Tasha's hideous laughter on more than one person? Okay, I can with a level 2 spell. So I'm going to use Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Something we have in
Okay.
common is have Tasha's spells.
You hear Sal mention as he gets out of his tent, even though he doesn't hear you casting anything. Let's see. They are intelligent enough to be susceptible. What's the save? Wisdom or?
Wisdom.
That's a natural 1 and a 6.
Fail.
Okay, so they, you hear them like hissing with laughter as steam, and every once in a while, almost like an exhaust backfire of just this like flash of fire, as these iron wormlings are just hissing and laughing.
Cool.
That's kind of unnerving in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use
Okay.
my movement? Do I need to cross a river of fire or something to get beyond them?
So this is kind of this like molten pond over here. There is dust here. You don't know if this is solid ground or not. It seems like it is because they're standing on it.
Okay. Can I sprint through them and position myself on the wall?
You want to be on the wall over here?
Yeah. Got 35 feet. Can I make it?
You could only make it here. If you want to go to the wall here, you can attempt going up the mountain. You can make it about here.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay, give me an athletic check.
Apparently
DC's
not
gonna
very
be
athletic.
14.
I rolled a 16.
Okay.
Way to go.
Mazarin, with an impressive bout of speed, runs up here and very quickly scales up these rocks, facing the iron wormlings over here. Charles and Luminora, you are up.
Luminar claps. Everyone awakens. Charles is at attention seconds after the clapping.
Okay.
This is not the first time Charles has been awakened to a battle. He pulls his rifle out immediately and takes a shot at the closest dude.
Okay.
He does
It
not
is-
understand they're laughing. It seems like they're angry. And
Yeah,
not-
they are on their backs, prone, and with their like lithe shapes. It's gonna be a disadvantage shot.
I'll take it. Oh. Son of a bitch. Does a 15 hit?
So as you fire, they're laughing. It hits one right in the neck and like ricochets off, and you just see this like explosion of dust about 3 feet away from Mazarin's head.
Shit. Charles will use this time to put away his rifle, pull out his pistol, and I'd like to make some movement as well.
Where are we going?
I'd also like to go up the cliff a little bit to my rear and, yeah, right
Like
up
further
there.
away?
Yeah, up there, yeah. As far
Give
as
me
I
an
can.
athletic check if you want to get up here.
You got it, dude. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's athletics. 17.
Okay, you can get up here.
Cool, I'll take it.
Okay.
That's all.
Luminora, you're up.
I will go into Blade Chance and attack also the one that Charles pinged off of with a Witch Bolt.
Mm.
A little bit of magic.
Okay. Go ahead and it's a attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits. This thing has been witch bolted.
Lightning damage. 18.
18 points of lightning damage. Okay. These things seem particularly susceptible. So that does significantly more than you would have thought. Okay. Go ahead, and that will bring us to.
Wait, can I
the
also
first-
move? Sorry.
Yes, you
Can
can.
I
Where do you want to go?
interpose myself between Mazarin and that other one? On the ground
Yep.
still.
Yep. Now, real quick, Todd Fastidious Laughter. I get a save every time I take damage, right?
Laughter. Yes, at the
Sure.
end of each of its turn and each time it takes damage.
Yeah,
can
each
make
time it
another
takes
wisdom saving
damage.
throw.
Mazarin, what's your DC?
15.
Okay, how's a natural 1?
Sounds like a fail.
Ooh.
Not to fight
will
against us
say-
on this one, but it says if it's triggered by damage, then they have advantage.
Thank you. Also, Luminara, you would have had disadvantage on that attack. I would like you to roll again, please.
Yes, sir. That's a 19 to hit.
Damn it. All right. Thank you, Eddie. I can always trust on you. Advantage. At the 10. I should have picked something more wise. Okay. It darts its eyes over at Luminora, and you see this like faint, like static connection between the two of them. It is still just like on the ground laughing. As it tries to get up, it just kind of stops, like gives up, like it just remembered the punchline of a joke, and then just like starts hissing and laughing again. That brings us to number 2. Oh no, that brings us to its turn. Big money. So now I get to roll again at the end of the turn, though. Okay, that's an 18. So this one is no longer laughing. This one gets to roll. It is still laughing. Enoch, you are up.
Enoch, if I could keep your distance, I have an idea. Something I've wanted to
Pierce
try.
is having audio issues. Sal, you're on the same
Okay.
initiative.
No,
right.
he's so sad. Oh no.
I'm going
All
to
right,
run up.
Pierce.
I'm going to run up and
It's gotta be your
can I?
headphones.
It's his new haircut. It's interfering.
Can I try to throw that lantern bomb between the two of the creatures?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, we got Pierce.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Good. Yeah, Eddie can take his turn now.
Okay.
So this lantern bomb, what did you do to this thing? You put like a shatter spell in here?
I put a shatter spell in it as well, and so I don't know what the bomb side of it, the damage is.
How did you remind me how you made the bomb?
It was with the tentacle and the fluid, and I made that into a alchemical bomb. And then later on, I added the shatter spell, almost like a detonator inside of it.
Right.
Homebrew, baby.
As I recall, you also did not roll crazy hot on the alchemy portion of this.
Nope.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that's good or bad.
Whoa.
It's
Yeah,
extremely unstable.
Yeah.
Always confident that it is good sized bomb. So
okay. So you randomly made this thing.
Yep.
Okay. You have no idea.
what it does.
Yeah.
First bomb I've ever made.
Here's what I have you do. Roll a d10.
All right. It's D10. Okay. A 3.
Okay.
When the DM laughs, that terrifies me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
Actually, no. I won't base this off a d20. That's fine. Give me a. I do need one more roll.
Okay.
Give me a d12.
A D12. Okay.
And here's what I'm going to do. Actually, roll 2d12 and take the higher.
All right. Oh God! I rolled double natural ones.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
What a surprise.
Next
It's
character
gonna be a
death.
dud.
Okay. When
It
are
just
you?
goes spruce.
Where are you placing this?
Between the two of them.
Not anymore.
Hoping that
Yeah,
the area
nice one.
blast gets them both.
Right. Okay. What's your DC?
My DC for the Shatter spell is 13.
Last.
Okay. And Shatter. This is Constitution.
Correct.
Okay. So they both succeed on that. So they take half damage. Is that right?
Yes. I will roll the damage for that.
Roll the damage for that.
Okay. So damage for Shatter, was 15. So halved would be 7. Yeah.
So it took damage. So now I get to save at advantage, which it fails. Okay. God damn it. So now it needs to make an intelligence saving throw against the other portion of this.
Okay.
Okay, natural 20.
Damn.
And natural 18.
Damn.
So you watch as Sal runs up and
And I give a
lantern.
good yeah, like an old man yell as I throw this thing as hard as I can.
Yeah. You watch as Sal like runs up and takes this weird like lantern like contraption and just like twists it and like jams like this mechanical portion into it, and you start to hear this like clock ticking just go like just start accelerating, and he just goes yeah, and then you just hear this loud like as you hear every bone in Sal's spine just pop. He like lobs this lantern, and as it just like lands, you watch as there's this initial like flashbang effect that makes the wormlings kind of hiss in pain, and then about 2 full seconds after, there's this faint little like, and like this like gentle like pissing stream of like gas that basically only gets to like this area here. Like it looks like a kid's toy. Just like kind of gently like, and at the end there's like a little bit of confetti that just like pops out. And then Sal is like staring at this thing just like he's waiting for something else to happen. Okay, that brings us to Enoch. It's a hard act to follow, the greatest alchemist in the world.
Do I have any more movement to run away?
You know what? I'm gonna say
I would have taken all of his energy.
No. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We've gone pretty far off the radar for what I've allowed you to do, because that actually could have been extremely devastating to these monsters. So I'm gonna say that all your movement, the rest of your movement, was spent with the crack of your spine.
Okay,
I'm just imagining like an old person like throwing something and so off balance that they're just like, like falling over right now.
It's like Robert De Niro stomping out that guy in that old Scorsese movie. Like it's just very like ungrateful and like you're like, dude, I think this guy actually has park.
30 feet of movement, just stumbling in the same square.
Yeah. So Enoch, you're up.
40 feet of movement. Can I get between these two?
Yeah, you can get it within melee of this one.
Okay, I'll go to that one. He runs up full sprint. God, dude, I don't know how to play a monk. I've literally never played a monk.
Now's the time to learn.
Do some super parkour style
Until
flipping and
next
running.
level when you multi-class into Warlock.
Hey, shut up. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, right.
He runs up full sprint. Bonus action, flurry of blows to do a flying kick into a roundhouse on this thing's snout.
Wow.
Dude, I swear to
What?
fucking God, 2 natural 20s.
Holy shit.
That's exciting.
Dude, fucking go.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, that's a hell of a way to learn the monk. What is this?
Starting off strong. Hell yeah.
2d6s. Okay. Wait, so it's a 2d6 for each. Okay. Well, okay, that balances. 7 points for the first hit. 13 points for the second hit.
It's a 20 doubled. Right?
No. That was I rolled 2d6 for, so that's all of the damage.
I see.
Yeah, I
I'm
rolled
sorry, what
double.
was the total?
I don't know. What did I say?
Sorry,
13 and
7 and 13? Yeah.
Yeah,
20
7.
total.
20 total. That's for
Okay.
both hits.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Because you just rolled 2 natural 20s, like a 1 in 400 chance of that happening.
Sure.
So typically, the iron dragon pin are less susceptible to bludgeoning and piercing and slashing damage. However, because of your training with the Agati, who are very capable dragon hunters, I'm going to have you add a custom feat to your character sheet, in which, because of your Agati training, which is what you can name this feat, your monk attack against dragons cannot be resisted.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's gonna regret that in like 20 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Can I don't know why I'm doing this. Can I counter like in one level or maybe 2, I have the choice to make things force damage. Can we just say that like my things count as force damage against dragons instead of
Like you want
unresisted?
to like take that early?
Not for everything, just because that's
I'll work with you. Yeah, we'll say so. And no dragon resists force damage, but we'll come up with something else then to because otherwise you're just getting the same thing you would have gotten anyways.
I'm fine with that.
So I'll work with you. Top of the round,
Oh,
Charles.
hold on. He
You
then
want to move?
yeah, that was my bonus action. His movement. I'm gonna spend my action to.
Wait, you already moved.
Yeah, no, that's movement, bonus action. I'm gonna spend my
Hold
action.
on. So bonus action was flurry of blows.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you could only do that
No, they
if you made an
changed it.
attack.
They changed it.
Got it. Okay.
Action. He's gonna take a defensive stance and take the dodge action.
Good to know.
That's my turn.
Just side monks. All right. Top of the round, Charles and Luminora. Mazarin, interrupt whenever.
Okay.
You interrupting?
Nope.
She'll let you know.
Girl, yeah, well, I don't know. She doesn't want
Counter
to.
spell.
Charles takes another shot with his pistol. That's all I can
Okay.
do.
All right.
Still at disadvantage? Or
This one is up.
Get
This one
fucked.
is still prone.
nice. Natural 19. So
That
27.
hits. That hit.
Get wrecked, dude. Where's the 10? Nice. 9 points of damage.
Okay. It is not as effective as you would have hoped.
It hit him.
It hit him, and the bullet
That's
just
as
like,
effective as I could hope.
and it lodged into like beneath two scales. And there was this like brief like flash. It
Cool.
ended up being 4 points of piercing damage because it is resistant.
I'm just here to put points on the board. I don't care how many they are.
Luminora, you're up.
As an action, I will do Toll the Dead, so I'll need a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, we're not gonna witch bolt it, huh?
Oh, we are. That's a bonus action.
Blast 1 D&D. Okay. All right, wisdom save. I think I got this. 16.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Eh.
And then I will now do Witch Bolt bonus action, which hits automatically.
Yeah. You don't have to do some smart
I'm just
stuff.
letting you know in case you just.
I knew that.
That's 10 damage.
Hey.
And
well-
it'll like just Enoch feels like his, well, I don't know if he has hair actually, but if he has hair, he feels it standing on end as the witch bolt like passed right by his head.
Yeah.
Arrowhead.
You begin to almost like smell ozone in the air, and again you feel this like faint. You see this like faint little like lightning string that is connecting Luminora with this creature. And if I may, you watch as Luminora like in one quick motion, like almost like someone shortening a dog leash by like wrapping her hand around it, and then like as soon as she clasps it, it's almost like she like bridges that connection for the electricity, and that just creates this huge like tether of pure lightning energy. And you watch as this creature just like shrieks in pain as the lightning is just conducted throughout its body. So that is, it's vulnerable to that, and it deals 20 points of damage.
God damn.
Alex,
Yep.
I'd like to use my movement before we move on. That's
Yep.
okay. I'd like to get a little bit higher.
Give me an athletics check.
You got it, bud. 15.
You make it there safely.
Cool. What are you laughing about?
You move like three feet up the rock.
Hey man, it's hard to climb with all these guns.
Yeah, you got guns, you're shooting.
Wearing a poncho now.
Yeah, this is like difficult terrain.
I'm wearing a
You can kind of
poncho.
see- Okay, now this creature is going to act, unless I'm interrupted. It is going to. Yeah. All right. Align motherfuckers up. Yeah. It's going to almost like look like it's moving away from Enoch and then whip around. And you watch as with like the centrifugal motion that it makes with its head, it just like goes from your left to your right, and as it swings out at you, at the last second, it just like hisses, and it is just a pure stream of like steam with like bits of slag. I need Constitution saving throws from Mazarin. Wait. Actually, Mazarin, you are just out of it. It's just going to be Luminora and Enoch. Con saves.
14?
14 for you. That is a fail.
Nope, fail. 13.
Okay, Luminar, give me a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Okay. Your transformation DC is going up.
I have
Oh.
forgotten about that. Oops.
Fun stuff.
I like this
Oh, we got none.
guitar music we got going on.
It's very Risk of Rain.
It
A little
is.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay. That is just a gentle 25 points of fire damage.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
God
Whoa.
damn.
Whoa! Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
Oh.
I'm sorry. For you, Enoch, that is halved.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Uh.
absorb elements that Godspeed.
I'm not gonna ask why.
Because of. You get the sense it's the blessing of the monolith.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's right, you got fucked over by it.
What's half
And
of
what?
25? 12?
12. You are having it as well, Luminora, with absorb elements.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank God for that healing.
You gonna hit me with a con save for
Oh,
that
yes, I am.
concentration check?
You betcha. I've got intelligence modifier back too. Okay. That is a 21.
Damn.
Blade trance.
Classes, abilities. Damn it. All right.
Oh, that
brings us
hurt.
to
Does-
Wormling number
Me.
2, still laughing.
I'm gonna go.
Nazareth.
Okay.
I'm
you want to see if
going.
this thing saves first, because it's going to end its turn.
Sure.
Because if you go first and hit it, you might end up
Yeah,
giving
yeah,
it. You might end
yeah,
up
yeah.
giving it a turn.
Nice. Yeah.
So if anything, it's just information. So it fails, which means this is still going to be laughing unless it takes damage. At which point it gets to succeed. You've taken this thing out of the fight for 2 rounds
Yeah.
in a row.
You're
Pretty
killing
good.
it.
Pretty good.
Okay. Well,
this
I
one
would
at a
kind of
time.
like to do some damage anyways.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shatter,
Okay.
and the point of my choice will be between the two.
Some AoE.
And each creature in a 10-foot radius makes a con saving throw, taking the damage on failed or half as much on a successful. So do your worst.
Okay. So the laughing one fails, the non-laughing one succeeds. What's the damage?
400.
Plus 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 7 is 15 plus 7 is 22, and 11 for the one that succeeded. Of thunder damage, which I don't know if that's different than lightning,
It is different
but
than
it
lightning.
shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Sound damage.
Thunder is sound.
Yeah.
Lightning is lightning.
Okay.
What a weird damage. type.
That brings us to
Silly.
Enoch and Sal.
Wait. I wanna Alex Honnold this wall and climb a little bit higher.
Okay,
Free
Alex,
climb.
go.
Free
Athletics.
climb.
Feel it.
Crazy.
Athletics, that's not okay. $14.
Right.
You make it there.
Dude, you're about to get 187 hours.
All right.
I don't think that's the name of the movie, but I
Is
understood the
there
reference.
thunder? You know the
Do regular damage?
Thunder damage is regular damage, yeah.
Thunder damage, regular. Okay.
So
Now we
after
know.
seeing what it did to you guys, like oh shit, I'm searching through my jackets. Oh yes, this I have not tried this one yet. Not what I usually use it for. And I pull this pink fabric pouch out, and I reach my arms out wide, and I bring my hand scare as fast as I can, clap this thing, and it explodes, and like this pink glittery dust goes everywhere, as I cast blur on myself. Like, ooh, where did I go? And I like
Not
Sneak
bad.
behind one of the tents.
Not bad.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. So Sal, you cast Blur. You clap your hands together. Like you become like it's weird because now there's this like, and as you clap your hands together, you kind of take that like dust, like kind of dry chemistry, and then you just kind of like rub it along your neck too. And it's almost like the parts you rub all over yourself. It's almost like someone took like in Photoshop, like a little brush and just made you a little bit blurry. So your general form is just like a little bit more blurry as you did this, and then you run behind a tent.
I love it.
And I'll say, like, Mazarin, as you see this happen, you watch as Sal's bomb from before then just goes like, and just had a little bit more to give and just like farts out a little bit more mist before it just randomly just like collapses and like disassembles itself into just a bunch of like scrap metal. Okay, that brings us to Enoch.
For the Sentinel feat, mostly for like future reference, it says when like somebody hits a target other than me that's within 5 feet, that's just an attack roll, right? It doesn't say like.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Enoch will skirt the perimeter of this creature other way to make its way in between both of them. As he goes by, he just like ducks under this guy's face and then tries to uppercut it as he passes. Well, that's gonna be a 9.
Okay. You hit it, but it just not quite hard enough. You like punch it in the side of the head, and it just like and then looks back at you and hisses. You've got its attention.
Do we use heroic inspiration as advantage or a reroll?
I mean, it's something that's come up. We'll say as a reroll. I'm using it as like a 5e luck point.
Okay.
That's what I used it as.
Okay.
That's what you told me to use it as. It has come up.
I will
Racial slur.
save it.
Racial slurs.
Excuse me?
That's how you
That's
get
when
them.
it came up.
I will flurry of blows this guy. The one that's already hurt.
Wait, did you want to use your
No, I'm not.
reroll?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Which guy?
Ooh, good lord. That is the one that's already hurt, the one that's not laughing. That's a 9 to hit, and then a natural 19, so whatever that is. So 7.
The natural 19 will hit.
Yeah, 27 or some shit. 9 points of force damage.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my turn.
All right. Do you want to do this, or do you want me to?
You did it.
Oh, he misses with the uppercut, totally expecting to hit, and then just as he's running, he just like turns and grabs this thing's neck and like reverse suplexes it. Like he just grabs the neck, jumps down, and breaks its neck on the way down as he slams it into the ground. And then continues with the momentum and lands right where he is.
Yeah. So yeah, you watch as Enoch just hits this thing in the head, not quite able to, deal enough damage to it to, actually really do anything. And then as it goes to strike at him, he just kind of wraps his arms around it and uses its own momentum to completely crack its neck. And you see that it's almost like he uses a kink in the exoskeleton right in that area that Charles previously shot. That kind of loosened one of those scales to just like hyperextend its neck, and you hear the sickening crack sound as whatever creature inside just completely had its neck broken, and it just falls completely limp.
Hashtag teamwork.
as Enoch lands right here. Okay. That brings us to top of the round. Chuck and Lummy.
Charles is gonna use this
Nickname
round
unlocked.
to reload his rifle, and then use his movement to try and get a little bit higher.
Athletic check.
Natural 19, so 24. Well, not that high. A little bit, yeah.
He is afraid of heights.
No, I just don't want to have to run all the way back down the hill. That's all I did. Yeah, I used my action to reload.
All right. Luminora.
I'm going to cast Witch Bolt again.
Okay.
Like the first
And-
time.
Wait, this thing's dead.
I'm casting it.
Oh,
I'm
you're
casting it as an
casting it.
action on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Your worst.
Doctor laughs a lot.
That is a natural 20. I'm about to F this guy up.
Kill him, one go.
Oh, that would
You know you can do it.
I don't even know where my freaking D20. Sorry, almost
Sweet.
there. The D12s are hard to find.
got the Home Depot theme for your Witch Bolt.
Yeah. Are you working on a new kitchen?
That is
Go to
a
Home Depot.
24 damage.
Are you an old white man with nothing to do on Saturday?
Luminora, do you want to do this or do you want me?
No, can you do it, please?
Okay. So you just dealt 48 damage to this thing. So,
What?
Wait,
No, the 20 was. Oh, because it's vulnerable.
it's vulnerable.
Holy shit.
wow.
So it's a crit that was doubled. So they quadrupled your initial damage.
You killed this thing in one hit.
Yeah.
That's the
It
coolest
had
thing.
taken, it had taken some damage. But Luminor dealt almost exactly as much damage to it as was previously dealt by everything else that happened. So, you watch as Luminora eyes like glowing blue with arcane energy at this point as she's just reading from the spell book. The page is flipping to the familiar page where you keep this spell, and as you recite the incantation, you just fire your hand out, and as you do, a bolt of lightning doesn't come from you, but from the sky, as like the ash and clouds above just like completely open up as this piercing lightning bolt just fires down and hits this thing, and then begins to slowly, like this like slow river of lightning begins etching out the volcanic earth here, heading towards Luminora, as she now catches this thing, and then just like scrapes her blade on this like lightning tether, like just like infusing her blade with this lightning energy, and then once again just like wrapping her arm around this thing, coiling it around her forearm to actually drag this creature closer to her. And as she does, she takes this now white hot blade and just completely like makes sushi out of this wormling with like a few hits, just like lopping limb off, and then just for safety's sake, as it swipes the tail at you, you like parry that while also lopping that off, and then just in one fell swoop, just take your blade and just drive it through the top of its skull, whip the blade out, and then in a very samurai-like way, just like quickly like flick the blade, and this like brackish, like black red crimson blood just flecks across the sand as your blade is pristine again.
Wowzers.
And I'm going to give Luminor a heroic inspiration for that.
Hell yeah.
I mean, thank you. I'll take
Really
it.
cool.
Much deserved.
And interesting. So,
Is it safe to come out?
I
As you hear me say that from a tent.
forgot about you.
I'd like to start climbing down the cliff face.
Jesus.
Don't worry, none of you are drunk. Sol is just a little hazy right now. Never use that for fight. Usually used for make drunks stop drinking at tavern. Make them think they are more drunk than they are. But this works too.
Oddly specific use of that spell. Mazarin, that was a great job with the warning ahead of time.
Yeah. Sure saved our skins. Thanks.
Could have been a lot worse.
Yes. Very much, thank you.
I reach out a
Oh.
hand to shake Mazarin's hand.
Mazarin squints and slowly reaches out and limply shakes his hand. And then jumps off the side of the cliff and Feather falls down. Real cool, like.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm gonna scramble down like a man with a
Did you all see?
bunch
Did
of
you all
shit.
see Saul's first bomb? It was
Got
Ah,
amazing,
bomb?
right?
Was that a bomb?
Yeah,
thing
looked
that
more like a
fizzled?
sparkler.
Well, it was first try. I've never made before. That was good for round one.
I mean, it seemed
Didn't
like
kill
a
us. That
firework.
was good. That could have gone much worse, and we could have
So
all
you've
blown
never
up
made
randomly.
a bomb before, and you decided to make one and then just carry it around.
Yes.
You know, I understand that I hit somebody over the head with my butt of my pistol, but this guy's literally crazy. Like, carrying a bomb around? He ain't never made one?
Nobody got hurt, except for dragon metal dog things.
Yeah, they did look like metal dragon dogs. What do you
I
call
will do
them?
better on next one.
Yeah, are these common around these parts, Enoch? Are you familiar?
Yes, they are. They are quite common. They are, and he'll say whatever the hell they are, because I don't quite know. But I appreciate the effort from you, Saul. That's to carry a bomb around that you are unsure of its stability. It's quite brave.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, if
he
you're
stands very
alone.
tall
I
and
would
like
not
straightens his
use the word
jacket.
brave. I certainly would not use that word.
Yeah, you know, usually. Yeah, Luminar's right. That was reckless.
Did you die?
It
Science
endangered,
is reckless.
it endangered all of us.
I mean, no, we did not die, Enoch, but you don't celebrate after the fact that we didn't die, because if we had died, we wouldn't have been able to celebrate that we
If
lived. You
ifs
get
and
what I'm
buts was
saying?
candies and nuts, we would all have Merry Christmas too.
Whoa.
But none of us died, and bomb worked.
That's what we're saying.
I agree. There might be some
I mean-
refining that needs to be done, but
Yes,
that was brilliant.
this is part of science. Science experiment.
I think you're on the
I
limb on
mean,
that one.
I'm not going to admonish you further, but I'm certainly not going to call you brave for carrying around an untested bomb.
That is
She's
that is
gonna-
fair.
Start heading towards her tent.
I'd like
Yeah,
to go and
Mazarin's-
inspect these dragon dog things if I can.
Yeah.
Give me the
Presumably you're looking for alchemical parts.
Yes.
Could
Give me. Chuck,
go for it. Go. Do your thing.
give me an alchemy
Cat.
check.
Okay.
Cat.
the big cat now. Good lord.
He's tiny. Don't say that.
No, he's
18.
a badass.
Whoa, rude.
It's okay. You're really small.
Could would
I got 18, Alex.
Okay.
Good job.
Chuck, did you have something? You watch as
Yeah.
Sal like whips out like an alchemist's knife, which looks like something you cut teeth with, and goes to the one that Luminora started hacking up, and kind of like picking apart.
I'd like to go to either one. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Kind of look at the metal plating, and I want to put Mr. Chompy down and see if it's something. If it will make just a regular bullet, or maybe a different kind of bullet. I don't know what Mr. Chompy is capable of.
Okay.
But I get on my knees, or one knee, and I set Mr. Chompy on the ground. Mr. Chompy, this is some new metal. Let's see what we can
He's
do.
eating this thing alive. Like as soon as you set him down, he just like he kind of holds both his arms up in the air like a T-Rex and just starts like sniffing the air, and immediately just like lunges at this thing, and immediately just starts like chowing down.
While he's chowing
Um,
down, I will like pat the top of his head like, good boy, Mr. Chompy.
Yeah, he stopped after like getting through half of the scale, and like just gets down on all fours, and it's like blah, blah, blah. And you just hear the clink of like 3 iron bullets as he turns and gets right back to it.
Okay. So it's just
I don't know
standard.
how long. Yeah, like he's like it's gonna be a while.
I just want 4 bullets.
Well, unless you're pulling him off this thing, he's gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull
recycle
him.
it.
I'm gonna pull him off after 4 bullets. That'll keep. That's
Make it
what
a
I
strength
used
check.
on Mr. Chompy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna let him do what he wants to do.
Okay. Yeah, he's resisting as you
Okay.
is, like pulling and like grabbing and like continue to eat.
Does he ever like get full?
I mean, he is a construct made for the sake of recycling things. He doesn't actually need sustenance to live, but it seems like whoever enchanted him may have turned like the the hunger scale up to 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So-
let me do that strength check because I
Okay.
want to get a little bit more rest. Oh, okay. 15.
Okay, you beat his 2.
Oh, cool.
So you
So
just
I've-
pick him up. Yeah.
Put him back where I found him. Take the bullets, I guess, and then
These bullets are just these are iron.
is there different than what I got?
For the sake of mechanics, no.
Thank God. I don't have to deal with different bullets.
Not for now.
I'm gonna go back to my tent. Is Luminara like in her tent, closed up right now? Close.
No, I think she's probably just loitering around camp.
I go up to Luminara. It's pretty cool lighting in there at the end. I ain't never seen that before. Way to go.
Thank you. That is a spell that I have practiced for decades. now,
Seems like
so-
you're pretty proficient. I put my hand up for like a high 5.
I am indeed quite proficient. Yeah, what?
High 5?
Okay.
You put your hand up and we clap hands real quick.
No, thank you.
Okay.
If he doesn't, Saul might come over and steal high 5.
No. I put it away.
Is that a
Saul high fives himself.
Is that a? Where are you from originally, Charles?
Great question. I learned it in the military. And then Charles turns around and goes to his tent. Not ready for this conversation.
Is it still my shift?
At this point, yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm up, so Mazarin, I'll be in my tent whenever you are ready to go to sleep. I can take the next
So-
watch.
Saul can take over if you need. I'm going to be up fiddling with a metal dragon dog thing.
That's okay, Saul. You get all the rest and then some. You
That's
look
very
like you
nice of
need
you.
it. It
Thank
is.
you.
You're
I
welcome.
don't know if that
Good
was
night.
insult or compliment, but thank you.
Luminor is
No
entering
answer.
her tent. That was an insult, Sal.
Oh, okay. Very sad answer. See him slink away to his tent.
With the best intentions.
As you hear him duck into his tent and his bones just cracking away.
All right. So Mazarin, you are keeping watch for the rest of the night.
Or until she wakes up Enoch.
Yeah, Enoch's not even, like, right, because we can stay up for like 2 hours and shit, so he's not even really going to sleep. He's just still up, tent flap open. He's actually painting, if Mazarin peeks a glance in.
Mazarin's going to telepathically commune. What you painting?
Right, that is very uncomfortable. I'm actually painting Sal. And he, like, pokes out of his tent and, like, flips over
You
a
hear the
little.
correction? Saul. Say
It's
Saul, not Sal.
Saul, sorry.
Thank you.
Sal Goodman.
Go to sleep, Saul.
Okay.
He's got the beginnings of a very rough, but what looks like a pretty practiced hand of, like, an anatomy sketch out of Saul. You know, you all seem to not really like him, but he's, if anybody of this group, the most vulnerable. And
Physically or
physically, for sure.
yeah.
From everyone else's, you're classified, but everyone else, it seems you were all pulled into this unwillingly or unexpectedly. But he's here, and I have my feelings of the Empire, but as far as I'm concerned, he's the most brave person here. And he continues sketching whatever painting he's doing.
Continuing to telepathically, however rude it may be, communicate. Mazarin just continues. Yeah, I mean our involvement as the ledgerman was quite unexpected. That we all have a duty to fulfill, and albeit controversial, it is our duty as members of the FBTC to step up to the call, and I would expect no less of any other member. So I think all of us were brave and loyal for heeding this call. And just to clarify, we don't dislike Saul. I mean, I'm going to speak for myself. He's unique. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sure there's a reason that he's here.
There's a soft chuckle from Enoch's tent. I didn't mean to insult any of the rest of you, or you. How? Nah, we'll save that question for another night, I guess. I'll be here whenever you're ready to go to bed.
How much time until we're going to get moving again? DM.
I mean, it's up to you guys. It's still, you've got about 4 hours till daylight.
Okay. So I'll say, Enoch, if you don't mind, I could use a little bit of recovery after that battle. Do you think you could cover the next 4 hours?
Yes. I can cover a majority of that. At least. If I need to, I'll wake someone else. But you can rest.
Thank you. So Mazarin is going to trade off with Enoch, and she's going to go to her tent and rest.
Okay.
You could make Charles up for like, if you need to.
That was going to be who I was waking up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. So Enoch, give me one last perception check here.
Not good. Natural 3.
Okay.
Nice, too.
8 total.
Okay. With that, Enoch, you will have cleared the debuff in which you cannot benefit from a long rest. So the next time you take a long rest, you can benefit from it.
Okay.
Everyone else?
Like, I still get all of the benefits of a long rest, just not the healing.
Correct.
Okay.
But that's done now.
Yeah.
Everyone else gets to get all of the benefits of a long rest.
That's all.
If I could interject a
Yes.
small little scene.
Yeah, please.
Before Enoch took over from Mazarin, Luminora, after your remarks to the rest of the group. Actually, first, I guess I should ask, where do you have the locket from Neri? Is it on you, or is it in your bag?
Yeah, it's in her bag. She's not wearing it.
Okay, never mind.
Well,
blew it,
I
Jackson.
know now. I know. I take it back. I take it back.
Never mind.
All right. So everyone can make take the benefits of a long rest. Let's see. What's my? Oh, perfect. Okay. As the group is kind of beginning to stir, people are slowly getting up. You hear some turbulence on the winds, like whether there's like a squall coming, which is not uncommon, but you hear this kind of in the distance, like above the smoke line of the ever smoking volcano, like this like heavy rush of air.
Okay. He'll look to the skies. Doesn't bother notifying anybody.
Yep. Again, you cannot see anything beyond the smoke line. There is a brief. There's kind of always like this constant, like, frequent eruptions from the volcano, and at one point there's this distant, like, thunderous boom. The ground kind of rattled, and there's this kind of flash as fire is just kind of jettisoned up into the air, and you see the shadow of a massive dragon above the smoke line. That for like a flash of thunder, there's just this silhouette and it's gone.
Okay.
Cool.
He'll whisper a little prayer of protection to himself, and continue packing up his tent or whatever, breaking camp.
Great. At this point, all of you begin to hear there's a little bit of a there's something going on in the skies. There's like this frequent like bouts of just like turbulent wind flow, and before you all have a chance to pack up, there is this like thunderous crash as you see this like what looks like a ball of smoke, whether it's like a meteor or something like that, just kind of explodes out of the smoke line above you, heading very close to your campsite. Like something is just, this astral body is just shot at essentially at your group. And with that, I need everyone to make a strength saving throw.
Great. Yeesh. So 6.
12.
15.
17.
Okay. Every single one of you is knocked prone. You completely lose your footing and rocks above you begin to fall as there is this explosion right at the base of your campsite. Sorry, Saul, what was your roll?
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll. Hold on. What was I rolling?
Strength.
Strength saving.
Strength. Ooh. Saul's strength is strength. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Natural 19.
For a total of?
19.
Okay. Because if you failed this, I was going to say you would die. Okay.
Oh.
So Saul is the sole survivor, the sole one left standing.
Those shaky
in the
legs act as
fate
pendulums.
of this massive iron dragon.
Cool.
And as this thing lands, it doesn't look like it's necessarily here for you, but it turns immediately, sees you all, and it almost looks as though this thing is smiling. You hear a few more of these like turbulent noises above you, and there's clearly above the smoke line, it looks like there's a battle in the sky right now. There's another flash of fire, and it looks like there is a squadron of flying dragons that is fighting another squadron of flying dragons, and it appears as though there's some like organization to it. As this thing just begins glowing, and you see this like heat begin to exude from its chest, and from these iron scales, you watch as steam begins to build up and just seep out through the kind of through the junctions. You watch as there's a second crash, and this dragon-like creature lands that looks like it's made of steel. It lands and just like grabs at the mouth of this thing and like is biting at it, and they just tussle on the ground for a bit. And the both of them fly off as it looks like the steel dragon has chased it away. And as the iron dragon kind of flies out towards the north, This second dragon kind of turns and is now flying towards your group.
The steel one?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is this a common occurrence, Enoch?
This, hold your, don't attack. Common, no, but a blessing, maybe. And he's standing tall and proud, but no weapons, well, he doesn't have weapons. No fists drawn.
His fist.
Okay. As this dragon goes to like land, it is heading like directly for your group. Doesn't appear like, hostile in its body language as far as you can tell. But it looks like it's gonna just like collide with you, and as it goes to land, it kind of fans out its wings to slow down, just causing this huge gust of wind to just kind of like spray your group. And its shape is going to just shrink, and what is going to land is going to be a humanoid shape. You see this what looks like this maybe middle-aged man with like kind of salt and pepper facial hair, still covered in the kind of typical Ashbourne linens. And just approaches your group and just says, looks over to you, Enoch, and just says, "Greetings. You are far from home. Have you brought these visitors with you?" And you see him nodding towards the sky.
I am far from home, though I would not call it my home anymore. I am guiding these members of the Far Empire through our lands. They don't mean any harm to you or to the denizens of the Embermaw. We are here simply looking for more members of their group. And then we will be gone.
And he says, "Siriel will be the judge of that. Please follow me. The plains are no longer safe." And he just begins walking.
Charles starts following. Not arguing with the dragon.
Yep.
Yeah. Enoch motions, yeah, for everyone to follow, although they're already following.
You got the motive,
Okay.
dude.
Definitely.
As we're walking, can I ask Enoch another question? So do all Ashbournes turn into dragons, or is that...
That's a good question.
That is not an Ashbourne. That is one of the, if not the protector of the southern lands.
Are we trespassing?
I am, yes. Well, you all are just by being here. But I am by being south of the mountain.
Right.
Better the steel dragon than the one it chased off, is what I'll say.
Okay. So with that, this individual is walking like a good like 30 to 40 paces ahead of you, leading you now actually kind of towards the west. You were kind of on the southeast face of the like mountain range. He's leading you more central to the volcano.
Yes, towards the volcano. Does he look armed with anything?
Specifically, does not. Just
If
carrying
he's a
like
dragon.
the linens. Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be a long journey. You'll be walking in just kind of along the cliff face for quite some time. There's definitely a lot less activity as far as you can tell. Every once in a while, you'll see like a shadow in the sky, but it seems like generally any activity in already a relatively quiet desert is kind of steering clear of your group in general at this point. Um, um, as you travel further to the west, you get to a point where you watch as the mountain range kind of cuts inward and turns into a canyon. You are now being marched into one of the what looks like a stronghold for this specific Ashbourne clan. So as you approach, there's clearly like this kind of rocky outpost on either side, where you in the distance kind of see these like linen-clad individuals with these extremely large, what look like great bows that appear to be fashioned from bone, as they're just very carefully watching your group. At this point, as you travel a little bit further down this canyon, you start to see smoke, signs of civilization, and a bunch of like little clusters of these pretty ornate tents that seem to be made of like animal skins, dragon scales, and reinforced with like areas of like these sharp like whether it's bone or ivory that have been like wrapped together with some kind of twine. And this individual is just like marching right down the middle, and you start to hear like this chatter, and Enoch, everyone is kind of looking a little nervously at you. You all notice no one here is wearing masks, like not a single soul.
Enoch has his
With
head
that-
bowed the entire walk.
Mhm.
Is it like, are they looking like nervous? Can I get like a general vibe check? Is it like aggressive or just like
Give me an insight check.
vibes? Oh, that's a 10.
It's hard to say. You definitely see that like it looks like the warriors of this community are picking up weapons.
Cool.
So with that, as you are kind of approaching this larger central campfire, you notice that your group is slowly kind of being surrounded by the more like formidable of this group, as you watch as the individual who picked you up is just like having a conversation with some of these members, and all of them, it's very difficult to make out any features because although within this canyon you're pretty protected from the dust, it appears that the whatever like more warrior class of individuals that is surrounding you are like all their faces are covered by linens. At one point, Chuck, you hear something that hits your ear. You hear like the voice of a little girl just yell out, "Fenrikai? Fenrikai!" And she's like, she continues to say that word, and you look over and she's like looking at you and like waving and like shouting, and then you watch as a woman just like grabs her and leads her away.
Do I know what it means?
You would actually. Um, with what she was yelling, it sounds like it's a name, but the translation would be 2 words meaning Sky Fang.
And me?
It seemed like it, yeah. Like she was looking at you and she yelled it.
Weird. Okay.
After a short while, the crowd kind of breaks and you are approached by this kind of what's it like, kind of middle-aged woman, kind of wearing some of the linens that you would expect. And she's actually brandishing what looks like a ceremonial sword of like a Steel Covenant captain. And it is pretty clear that she is not part of the Steel Covenant. And as she approaches, you see clearly she's like holding her sword at the ready, and she just looks at you, Enoch, and just says, "State your business." In Igni.
Oh. That's a Ashborn language?
Yeah.
Okay. I am sorry to intrude. I know I'm not welcomed here. I am merely a guide for this group.
She holds up her hand. She says, "The Agati would be more than welcome to visit the Southlands, but your people and your dragons have made increasingly bold incursions. So I must assume that you are a scout, seeming to prod at our defenses."
I pull down my face covering bandana thing, and not to intrude in the language, obviously, not in common.
You
But,
hear like audible gasps as everyone here just completely is shocked at your appearance.
But he was imprisoned by us for a while before we decided to use him as
You
a
watch as
scout.
this woman walks up to you and is like looking at your face really intently. And she like reaches out her hand and grabs your chin and like lifts it up as though she's inspecting you closely, and then now is like turning your face to one side or the other. She's super strong, by the way.
I'm not resisting.
And she looks at you super intently and just like leans in and gives you the biggest hug. And you hear like some people in the crowd just beginning to like, you hear this name, Fenrikai, and like people are like talking in excitement.
I'll return the hug, like startled almost, and just look really confused.
She just like, at this point she's ignoring everyone else, and she just like is again like holding you by the face and saying, I don't know what to say. There's like tears welling up at her eyes. We all thought you were dead. How is it that you're alive?
Is there somewhere we could speak privately?
Please, come in. And she like says, this group is with you?
Yeah, these are my friends. We've been traveling a while. Maybe we could use some food or water.
Please, we have much to discuss. And she waves you all in. And essentially brings you into this very large and ornate tent. So as you approach, there are a couple what look like individuals that are not really, they're almost like dressed for indoors. And there's like this small little, what looks like a family unit that just begins like bringing out these almost like a tea or like spice cider made from that hardened fruit. And there's like essentially like what would be like a charcuterie board that has like a bunch of spiced meats and like this like almost like a pita like bread. Everything is surprisingly delicious and filling. So you guys are absolutely able to share in a breakfast here. She looks at you and just says, "How? After all this time, how is it that you're alive?"
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Cause I just met Enoch like a day ago, and he's speaking.
She shakes her head and says, who's this?"
That one with the mask. I just met him a day ago, and he's been speaking your language, and I've been understanding it, and I don't remember where I learned it.
We taught you.
Yeah, so I was in the military, and that's the last thing I remember doing. You know, I remember being a kid, and then I remember being in the military. But I don't
She just
remember.
looks at you like very troubled. And she just says under her breath, "What have they done to you?"
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. How do you know me? What did I do?
She just kind of, she looks genuinely hurt. She says, "You came to us. We took you in. We considered you one of my own. You were, she says, you were our Shivari." And she uses a word that in Igni means essentially son by marriage.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't remember. I feel like, I mean, the way you speak about me doesn't seem like something I'd just forget. Seeing as I know the language anyways, I mean, that's not an overnight thing.
You watch as her eyes just kind of grow dim and she just looks very sad. And she just says, "So, Fenrirkai is truly dead then. Then why have you come here?"
Well, I got pulled out of the army to be a ledgerman, and we're just here on a mission to find a group of ours that went missing.
Who is the leader amongst your hunting troop?
Who's the leader amongst us? Probably Luminara, but she don't speak this language.
She looks at you and says, "I speak the common tongue." Which one of you is Luminara?
The fancy
That is
one right
me.
there.
I will give you a chance to answer. Why is it that you have come here?
We are here to find the remains of Block 233.
Your clansmen.
Correct.
There was a group that came about a month ago, clearly with your sacred machine. We gave them a wide berth. They passed north of the mountain, maybe to parley with the Agati. And she shoots a look over at you, Enoch.
Yeah.
What's your business with these, with the cohort of yours?
We have been charged with finding the remains or figuring out their fate. We assume they are no longer with us.
This is an honorable task. We would do nothing to stop you. You can stay for the evening, and we can give you some supplies for your journey to the north. And still looking at Enoch, she just says, be careful of the Agati. Some of our brothers and sisters are not as tolerant of those who are not born in the Embermaw.
His head is bowed in shame. He doesn't even. Yeah. He won't set eyes upon this woman.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your assistance greatly. And Luminor is kind of looking between Charles and do we know this lady's name? Do we know this name?
You heard the Steel Dragon mention the name Cyriel.
I just literally wrote cereal, like the
Yep.
food in my notes. We appreciate your assistance, Cereal. And Luminor is looking between Charles and her because this seems like a very weird exchange where she was very happy
Yeah,
to see
she's
him
not making
and
eye contact with Charles anymore.
does not seem happy anymore. If is there anything that we can do to repay your kindness?
She says, perhaps as a mercy to my brothers and sisters, be conscientious about showing your face here. There are some who are more susceptible to hope. As she speaks that to Charles.
I put my bandana back up over my mouth and nose.
And then she just says, Silvara will set you up with tents and allow you to have access to some supplies. You're welcome around the camp. You can choose to stay for the day or move on if you wish. I will alert our scouting parties that you are to be left alone. And she just kind of like waves her hand as like, okay, like we're done here.
I'll wait for everyone else to leave.
Yeah, I will politely incline my head and turn to leave.
Yeah.
She just looks at you and just says, what is it you want?
I didn't mean to disappoint you.
Well,
But if there's someone here who could tell me a little bit about my history, I'd be indebted.
perhaps better for both of us that you don't know. Because once the truth is unearthed, things cannot go back to the way they were. Maybe you'll find fulfillment in this life, a foot soldier for their machine. Seems that this new skin suits you.
Well, I know you're doing what you think is best for your people. But thank you for the hospitality. It's more than we could ask for.
She kind of gives like a bit of an exasperated chuckle, like you maybe said something that you were uninformed about. And just says, well, it's what you would have expected of me.
Well, who?
She just like raises her hand like, it's time for you to go now.
I leave. I take the hint.
Yeah, she as you leave, like she looks pretty like distraught and shaken by your sudden presentation. Like she was very much caught off guard by that. So as you follow, there's kind of this like meek young lady who's leading you to a small area where you can camp out. She is her common is not quite as good as Cyrael, who you just spoke with, but she is able to kind of like point out, things that you need, and yeah. So with that, you're brought over to like this little cluster of tents that is being set out for you. Your supplies are replenished. Yeah, so you have like a bit of downtime here. The day's still early. If you want to just travel on, you can. At one point, you watch as one individual just kind of slowly approaches you. It looks like maybe like a kid that's like 15 years old. He's wearing all the typical linens. He's got a longbow on his back that looks like it's about as tall as he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like sneaks up and just goes, anyone here have any trade?
In common?
In common.
Say any trade?
Any trade?
Well, I take out one of my silver bullets. This here's made out of silver.
He kind of looks at that, and you hear him, like, he gets like a little excited about this. Do you have more of this?
What's it worth to you?
To me, not much. But if Druvik found out that you're carrying ammunition, he would be interested.
Well, set me up the meeting.
I'll let him know. Any else? Any trade? You have gold?
What you got?
I have dragon ivory.
I don't know what that is.
Very, very, what do you say? Treasure. Common here, very uncommon in Sacred Machine.
What am I gonna do with it?
Sell it there. Double your gold. Triple your gold. Easy.
Buddy, I ain't a traveling merchant. Although I do got a friend who does all that weird shit. Sal. He trades for weird junk.
You watch him just approach Sal and just go, fade, and then they go and confer.
Yeah. I like to start disassembling and cleaning my weapons as we're, chilling.
Gonna walk up to Charles. So, who is Venrikai?
You want the honest truth?
I never ask a question and hope that someone lies to me. That would be foolish.
I have no fucking idea. But apparently it's me. Or a twin, or a clone, or something.
So, is Enoch around?
He was also going to do what you're doing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So the chieftain, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how the ranks work here. And she looks already Enoch, so she's making a faux pas.
Neither am I.
And unfortunately, neither am I.
Well, she looks at you, hugs you, cries, and then hates you? What was that all about?
Well, I don't think she hates me. I
She
think she's
seemed very
disappointed.
upset.
I think she's disappointed that I don't remember anything.
Did you tell her about your rehabilitation?
I told her what I remember, which is being a kid and joining the army, and there's a bunch of stuff in between there I don't remember.
Do you know...
Obviously, I did something with them, because I can speak the language. They all call me by this weird name, and seem really happy to see me.
Charles, do you know why you don't remember anything?
Do I know why I don't remember anything?
Head injury, or do you have any ideas?
Listen. They thought I was dead, so maybe I did get hit in the head or something. And then they rehabilitated me, put me in the army. I don't fucking know.
Is Charles sitting down right now?
Yes.
Luminor is going to find a spot next to you, kind of clean it off and sit down. Charles, there's magical evidence that you've undergone Class 4 memory realignment.
What does that mean?
That means that the Empire changed your memories.
Like
That
they
you have.
erased my memories?
I don't know what the process is. I just know that I can tell that it's happened to you.
How can you tell that?
With magic. When I detect magic, I can see it.
So could you undo it?
No, that is... No, I could not. That is far above my skill level. I don't even know if it's possible.
So what is that supposed to help me?
Felt like you deserve to know.
So you're telling me that it's not because I got injured or something that I don't remember. But that the Empire erased my memories?
Correct. From my understanding, it's not. I mean, from my understanding, it's done when you have deviated from protocol.
Wait, so you mean I was helping them out?
I don't know
that's
what
why-
protocol. Maybe.
Enoch.
He looks disgusted.
At me?
No.
In general?
Yeah.
Enoch.
Fucking masks, dude. What a stupid character decision.
Yeah.
You could
His-
say you watch as Enoch recoils at the mention of a remediation protocol.
Yeah. Your empire would change your memory?
Apparently so.
I've only ever heard about it. I've never seen it. Or even seen a person with it.
Well, you have now.
You are
Well, maybe.
you
Sorry,
are
go ahead.
you are what the Agati would call Eshonai. You are an outsider, welcomed into the Ashbourne Society.
Apparently, people here know me.
And your empire removed that. Not very many people can say they have that kind of honor.
Well, I don't know what I can do about it now.
He turns
I'm
away.
sure if the
looks up his
Empire.
mace and spits.
I'm sure if the Empire erased your memory, it was probably for a valid reason. I mean, you could have been a danger. You could have. It could have been a harm to yourself to store those memories. We don't really know the reason why. So, maybe we shouldn't speculate wildly about some conspiracy theory about the Empire being this big bad, like, who knows? Is all I'm saying. This is getting a
I
little
mean,
bit.
the documentation does say that it is used as a punishment. It is not, from my understanding, done often or done, without a lot of forethought. So, not
Maybe
to
he
say that you did
deserved it.
anything wrong, Charles. I'm just
I'll say it.
not to say you did anything wrong, Charles. I'm just trying to also put into perspective that the Empire is not. I don't.
Look, the laws exist for a reason, and we've been called to this duty for a reason. Now, granted, we all might have had, I mean, me specifically, I don't know about you guys, had seemingly more important things to do. But we have to
Much more.
remember, sure, we have to remember that no man is an island, and we are here to serve a greater good. So if we could just, I mean, sure, I'd love to delve into the personal histories of every single person here, but if we can use it to our advantage, great. If not, that's kind of your own personal history, Charles, and it doesn't really affect us that much. So maybe once this is all done, you can go on a personal journey and figure that out. I'm sure that's all very meaningful, but I don't know. It's just I feel like we're getting off track here with all the finger pointing at the Empire and stuff. Could have been for a reason. We don't really know.
We are on an island.
Figure of speech. Sure. Okay. A desert island. And it feels like it.
Mazrin, you're kind of a bitch.
Oh my god.
We were having just a conversation. You come over and start cutting us down.
It was not a personal attack. I'm just, it's just a little grating on the ears to hear us kind of sing around the campfire, conspiring against the Empire, acting
No
like we're
one's
better.
conspiring. I'm just trying to figure out my history.
Okay.
Wouldn't you want to know?
I mean, I know my history. I'm sorry that you don't. And I'm not saying that it's not important. I'm just saying that it's just kind of, we're getting off track here. And I'm hearing some things that I'd rather not hear. So we just, keep those comments and speculations to ourselves and do what we came here to do.
Whatever.
At this point, Sal kind of pipes up as he's randomly joined the conversation after making whatever shady deal. He just says, "There is something to be said about dissident talk. If I am labeled as dissident, I lose my alchemy license."
That's an excellent point. I think we've already been sort of othered by the Empire, and I think it's worth something to prove our loyalty. So,
Or at the least, keep the licenses that we still have.
sure. Sure. Do it for Saul's license.
Charles goes back to cleaning his guns and not paying attention to Mazarin.
After a bit of an awkward silence, if nothing breaks this, there is two figures that begin to approach your group with a deliberate nature. You see this pretty large individual who, despite the dust and everything, is not wearing any face coverings.
As they approach, Enoch says in Ignis, "Empire lapdog," and sort of says it out loud,
To
not
me?
trying to hide it. No, he just says it in
Oh.
Ignis towards Mazarin's remarks.
As these individuals approach, you watch as this dude is making a beeline towards Charles. This gentleman is large. He maybe stands at like 6'5", but he is like a husky 6'5". And he's doesn't have any weapons or anything. I mean, he's got like a blade at his side that's like on a loose holster. And you watch as there's a woman with him who is like kind of like wrapped up and covered, who is carrying this very odd looking rifle. And you watch as this individual just like walks right up to you, Charles, and gets like way in your space and is like towering over you, looking directly down at you.
I mean, yeah, I'm sitting down, cleaning my weapons, and I just kind of look up. Hello?
He just looks down at you and says, "You know me?"
Not off the top of my head. You know me?
He kind of gives almost like this chuckle as like figures. And he takes a step back and just kind of like scratches his nose and gives you this kind of like a bit of a frustrated look.
Is he still standing?
He, as you said that, he kind of backed away. But yeah, he's standing.
You here to talk?
Great.
Well, take a seat. I mean, it's a little uncomfortable.
He looks very offended. And he just goes, "Our shamans say that when you were taken from us, something dark and unyielding awoke in this rifle." And he just kind of like gestures at the one that the woman's carrying in your rifle.
This was my
Occurs.
rifle?
He just kind of like closes his eyes as you interrupt him and just kind of nods. And just says, a curse of vengeance. A curse that only could be manifested by the ire of a true Ashborn, as he kind of like puts his fist to his chest. And he says, and when Samarda's grief hardened into wrath, her blade took on the same curse. In time, it's said that the two could no longer be separated. Her blade, your rifle, they fused, as if bound by oath. One could say by marriage, as you and she once were. And he just nods towards the woman who just like hands him the rifle. And he holds it for a second and then walks over to you and drops it at your feet. And there's this little like puff of dust that is shot up as it gets like buried like a centimeter into the ash. And just says, she left it with me when she went north to join the Agati. I think she wanted me to keep it safe if you were ever to return. But I lost all hope, as she did. Yet, here you stand. Husband and wife, blade and rifle, vow and vengeance. Joined again.
Holy shit. This is a lot. So I'm married?
He looks at you and just says, no, you're not.
I was married.
Someone who wore your face was married, and the Empire slaughtered them. And he just like raises his hands, almost like not talking to you, but talking like to something unseen around him, and just says, I've fulfilled my duty. I pass this on to you. And he just like gives you like a gesture of like, I'm done with this. And he walks away.
Charles picks up the gun. Obviously. Hopefully it's cursed.
Of course it is.
What does it take the same kind of ammo that I already have?
It's interesting because it looks like there are two ways to load this gun.
Cool.
It seems to have like this small little, like pretty thin magazine, but it's also like a single load, like lever action. So you like, it looks like you need to reload every shot, but there's also a magazine. So it kind of makes, the design makes no sense.
Okay. So do I have to find a new kind of ammunition?
Well, as you inspect, you do not. We're going to make ammunition just universal for the sake of,
Thank
you
God.
know. But as you inspect the gun, it's curious. You notice that the magazine, as you like release it, is actually a blade that clicks into the rifle.
How long is the blade?
It is a dagger.
Cool.
So I will have to generate this item on D&D Beyond, but a little brief summary. This weapon is called Vow and Vengeance, and it is actually two weapons. And you'll figure out how it works, but basically, there is an enchanted dagger that has a decreased critical hit threshold. And on a critical hit, the dagger will generate 2 charges, and on a regular hit, the dagger will generate 1 charge. and you can spend a certain amount of charges to regain grit points when the dagger itself is loaded into the rifle.
So I have to make a critical hit with a dagger to charge it, or a critical hit?
Just hits with a dagger, charge it, and then by plugging the dagger into the rifle, you can regain grit points.
Okay. Okay. But the rifle part is just a normal rifle.
It's a one shot, then reload.
Like my
It's going to be a 2d12, like your current one.
Okay. I take this and I get up and I start looking for that lady that talked to me earlier. That stopped us at the beginning. I can't remember what her name is. Cereal. Looking for
That's
Cereal.
the one. Yep. All right. You just approach the large tent that she's in. There's a couple of people that stop you, but you hear a voice say, "Let him come in." So you approach her.
Are we alone in here?
No.
Is she like sitting on the ground or what's going on?
No, she's got almost like a throne type situation. It's made out of what looks like dragon scales and dragon bones.
I take a knee, unknowing what the customs are.
You watch as she rolls her eyes, and you get the sense definitely not that. You never saw anyone kneel at any point.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just go back to standing. So, and I'm not. I'm talking in Ashborn because I assume that's probably better than common.
She says, "Please, whatever you have to say, let's speak in common."
Okay. I might be confused, but a very large man, came and gave me this rifle that has a dagger in it, and told me I was married, or used to be married, and that my used-to-be wife went to the north.
My
Is this
daughter.
all true? Oh, you're my mother-in-law. Not anymore.
She
Sorry.
shakes her head and says, "What is it that you want?"
I don't know. I feel like that might have been an important piece of information to tell me.
Why? The Charles that we knew, it seems, is dead.
I understand
And
that.
here you are, working under the banner of the machine. I'm just glad that Samara wasn't here to see this.
I'm doing the only thing that I know.
You don't have to justify any of your behaviors to me. I apologize, as I can see that this is of no fault of yours, and it has clearly put you in an uncomfortable situation. I certainly was not expecting to see you, and I gave into hope that perhaps you had lived.
Okay, well, is your daughter still alive?
Why do you ask?
Maybe I can get some answers from her.
She stands up and steps down to your level and just says, "I know that you no longer know me, just as you no longer know her. If you have any respect for the honorable man that you once were, I would ask you to promise me never to show your face to Samara. She must not know that you are alive, not in this form."
Okay. You got it.
Thank you. Now, please, perhaps it would be best to forget all this. And I hope that you find fulfillment in your new life.
Yeah. Me too. And I turn
And
around and walk out.
Yeah, she just nods at you as you turn and walk away.
While we're at camp, Luminor is going to approach Mazarin. And I guess just sit down next to her and say, I feel like maybe you and I have something in common where everyone else was pulled from what seemed to be nothing quite important. That sounds rude, but yeah. I know your stuff was classified, but any chance that you're hoping to get back to it at some point?
I mean, as quickly as possible. I was hoping this task of being the ledgerman would be a quick one and done type deal. It seems that it's sort of dragging on, and frankly, members like Charles and all the mishaps that have followed in his footsteps has just been not only an inconvenience, but it seems like it's. She just takes a deep sigh and starts rubbing her temples. It doesn't
I
seem
find
like this is going to end anytime soon, and is becoming more complicated.
Yeah, yes, that's my concern. I agree. I was hoping this would be, a mission or two and they'd release us from our duties, but I am beginning to fear that there's no end in sight for this.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Ledgerman being released, or?
Truthfully, I don't really know. I didn't really know too much about the Ledgerman before entering this group or being called upon, what have you. I didn't really pay it much mind. It was obviously a surprise to me, as I'm sure it was to you, when I was called to do this. It's all new to me, and yeah, my hope was that it was something I could complete and then go back to my old life. But no, I don't. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in servitude for the rest of my life. If I am, that is upsetting, but so be it. I suppose that's my calling.
I find that Charles shows a knack of adaptability, and I think with a little bit of effort, we can train up this group of very different backgrounds to work very efficiently. Now, I will admit that my goals are similar to yours, where I'm hoping that by being efficient, we can get this done with and move on with our lives. But even if that's not the case, at least then we might be some ledgermen of notoriety and not infamy.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I know my animosity towards Charles has caused a little bit of friction in the group, and it's probably not ideal, I'll admit. I let my emotions get the best of me sometimes, but ultimately I have to make a decision here, and it's whether or not I accept that this is my new life. I'm not sure of the answer, but if it is, then I agree. I would like to do it efficiently um, and nobly.
And who knows, maybe if we're good enough at it, they'll release us. One can only hope.
Yes. So what is it that you have to get back to? Something of high classes, I'm sure. I know you come from a long line and a lineage of powerful women.
I was supposed to compete in the Conscriptus War Games, actually, and hopefully be slated into a spot as a captain in the Black Armada. I've trained pretty much my entire life for this, and now it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I, without going into too much detail, have also trained pretty much my entire life since childhood for what I was going to embark on. So I empathize with your disappointment, as it feels like pretty much your whole life has been a waste.
Exactly. Yes, certainly.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
so much blood, sweat, and tears spilled for this to sit in the
yes.
Ember Maw, and I don't. It's she takes a deep breath and like instantly schools her face into like no emotions. It doesn't matter. You're right. We are meant to be where we're supposed to be. Powers have put us where we are needed.
I know it's not my place to question the Oracle, but sometimes I wonder, but the thought of there must be a point to all this is the only thing that keeps me going. So I think I've been a little bit lukewarm on how convinced I am that that is the truth, but I I think I myself and the entire group are better off just accepting that now. Um, with that being said, um, I I think that it would be best that we expeditiously continue on our mission and find Block 233 as soon as possible. Um, because I really don't like it on this island. But
Is
there's
it the
no
ash?
life.
It's everywhere.
Everything's covered in ash. It's all dead. It's kind of gross. Um, I know Charles has his personal thing going on, and between you and I understand. Okay, I know that stuff is important,
I mean, it's important,
but
but the task comes first.
yeah, the task at hand here. So if you're a lot more diplomatic than I am, so perhaps you could encourage the group and most of all Charles, because he is not going to listen to anything I have to say. I think at this point I've made an enemy of him, which whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, I would like to get to the bottom of this mission as soon as possible. I think it'll give us a clear idea of what our trajectory as Ledgerman is going to look like.
I agree. Let's do that. And I don't think he thinks of you as an enemy. He's just, I mean, let's be honest. He was kind of abrasive with everyone at first, and it's just lasted a little bit longer with you.
Yeah. I don't take it too personally. I can be a total bitch sometimes.
Lenora chuckles.
So with that,
So you think
go ahead.
today, I was gonna say today, shall we resume or shall we spend another
I
night
think
here?
so. I don't think. I mean, she looks around. I truly don't. We're pretty well rested. We've got our supplies. I don't see any reason to stick around.
Agreed.
Okay, perfect.
Charles comes back to the camp in a huff, loads his new rifle, slings it over his shoulder. Let's get the fuck off this goddamn island.
Oh,
Thank you.
perfect. Yes, let's go.
Okay. So with that, everyone is ready to head out and get back on track.
Yep.
Okay. So with that, as your group begins to head out, there's like some murmuring as like very clearly, the Viari see that you are, not, taking their offer of hospitality for an evening, which is understandable, but it's just like seeing this group immediately leave. People are kind of like discussing amongst themselves as you all leave. It's clearly like a very mild scene. And you make your way out. It's a very strange sensation just having all these eyes on you as you, most of you are complete outsiders. Actually, all of you are complete outsiders. With that, you make your way out of the canyon. No one is there to say any goodbyes, and you begin heading out the way that you were led here. As this group of Ashborn just looks on and watches. And at that point, we will leave it there and pick up next time.
Hey, sorry I missed a good chunk of that session.
All right, just a bunch of James and Charles drama you probably wouldn't have remembered.
Okay.
James Charles drama. I plan on not remembering as well.
Sounds
What
fun.
happens when you leave your backstory to me?
Hey, man, I'm into it.
Gosh, it was so hard to listen to that conversation in a language I couldn't understand and not ask questions. And then for James to just be like, yep, all right, moving on from that point on to the next point. And I'm just like, what? You're not going to stop and ask about that?
Cool, done. They left.
I was like, I feel like, I think right when they first met, she said something like, you are our son by marriage. And he was just like, yeah, totally. And I'm like,
yeah,
we're not going to stop and ask about that?
No,
I mean, you know what? I'll say it. I appreciate the character decision of not biting on the bait. You know what I mean? Like, what could possibly go right? Like, put yourself in the character's shoes. You got this sweet ass gig. This was like a pretty big promotion from like a Steel Covenant, scout sniper.
Yeah.
Like, you've got this group of freaking pagan dissidents that are saying they know you. I don't want you to know me, bro. You don't know me. Don't tell me I'm your son by whatever. Like, I'm not trying to get into any of this shit. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I appreciate the fidelity to the character. Well, you've got a good thing going. Why mess with it?
It's a lot of info to throw at someone. No. Well, your entire life. Totally different. Nah. We're past it.
They're not your memories
hold
if you
on.
forgot them.
All right, well, I got dinner. I will talk to you guys later, man. That was a fun session. Glad Sal got to set off his bomb finally, which was only a partial failure.
Do real quick, do you want to know what it would have done?
What? Yes, please.
So it would have been a very potent hallucinogen where whoever was affected by it would have just seen like swarms of aberrations surrounding them.
Okay.
And one of the things I had you roll for was a radius. And it could have been as large as a 90-foot radius.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Which could have hit the entire group, which could have vastly changed the way that fight went down. And I gave you advantage on it because I was implying that the shatter spell was basically increasing the radius.
Oh, okay. That's why I wanted
with advantage. With advantage, you got 2 1s, which probably was actually a good thing in this case.
Yeah,
because
and it was very fitting for his first try.
Yeah, and then they just happened to roll high on their saves, so it didn't do anything. But it could have been really good, could have been really bad, and it ended up just being like whatever. So
Yep, experimental.
Yeah.
All right.
Why
Light,
not?
light
Well, that's
terrorism.
good shit, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it terrorism if it's random? It's more like vandalism, right?
Yeah, I guess not.
Right.
No intent.
I'd
All
say
right. Well, I will see you guys later, man.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Well, welcome back, Jessica.
Yay,
Thanks for
Yeah.
giving us some of that spicy tea between. I like how I tell you it's like, hey, I might have kind of like started a little something with Charles, and you're like, bet. Like,
Ran with that.
It's
Yeah,
like
Turned it up to
leaning
11.
in.
They're like, for the sake of continuity, the show must go on.
Yeah. I was
So
that was like maybe a level higher.
Yeah. Okay.
But
100%.
Well, but
I mean,
it was perfect because it was a natural ramp.
Yeah. It was like she started it here. Alex definitely was like an
Yeah.
increase, and then she's like
Yeah.
rocket
Listen,
ship.
James, Jessica's got a chip on my shoulder. So
It was so worth it.
that was good. That was good. It's getting a little spicy. And then we've got with Pierce's new character in the mix, who's like got the mask, can't interact. Also, like I don't fucking know these people.
Like, facial expressions, don't know her. Also hate the
Yeah.
Empire. F them.
It kind of feels like I'm
Yeah.
just here for now, but yeah, hopefully that can
We'll
change.
figure it out. We'll figure it out. We have this talk. There's a way to thread this needle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get to my character arc where I'm not like a fucking hall monitor anymore? Because it's really alienating.
Yeah. We'll speed run this. You guys we'll just say in the next session you just find the expedition. You don't have any issues. Bring them back home safe and sound, and then we'll just get on to the next thing.
That'd be cool.
Call it a day. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. I plugged in some numbers, and you guys leveled up. It's
No
it's going
way.
fast.
Yes! No, we're not going fast. It's perfect. I love it.
That's
I
very
feel like I did
fast.
nothing to deserve this.
Here's the thing. It's fast. I don't want it to happen, but it's
The
not
numbers.
fucking up to me. I'll share my screen.
You're
It's the-
talking about the numbers.
It's the algorithm.